What's up and welcome back. I'm John Stark from MikeTheMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today we're going to talk about Unsung Hero. This movie came out a while ago. I'm just kind of cleaning up my slate of 2024 titles to make sure that I watch the most amount. So when I release my best of, I've actually seen most of the year. So Unsung Hero was released back in April. It's being released by Lionsgate through their faith-based division. It is a faith-based movie. It's a faith-based Australian-ish movie. I mean, it's got an Australian family at its core. It does have audio description, so available audio description, depending on how you watch it, whether it's on VOD or wait for a streaming service, because Lionsgate is still sending their stuff to Stars, where it goes to die without audio description. But then later, it'll get ported somewhere else, and hopefully it'll still have audio description. So I did get a chance to watch it with accessibility. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? So this is the same group that brought us last year's Jesus Revolution, which I thought was a pretty decent film. At the time, I did not get to see that with audio description. So if that ever comes my way again with audio description, I guess I'll watch it. I thought it was okay, especially considering a lot of faith-based movies have a tendency to cast people who don't know how to act, and the scripts are really hokey. I thought Jesus Revolution was a step in the right direction. I think I was like floating a grade of maybe like a B-ish thing back then. That's basically what I would say for Unsung Hero, is that they're starting to make better faith-based movies instead of like Cameron Saving Christmas or whatever that movie was. I don't know, some really cheesy ones where I've seen where the actors can't really act and they're like, but there's a message at the end. And it's like, it feels like, I don't know, just some random people off the street came into this movie, you know? This one still feels like they got legitimate actors, even though these are not household names, to tell the story of this family living in Australia, that struggling dad. He's like, all I know is how to do is music. It's in my blood. I can't sing and I can't play. And I got really bad at Australian accents. It's just going to move in and out of Cockney and back into Australian and maybe a little bit of Russian. I can't do anything with my, I can't sing, I can't play an instrument, but I know how to market me. I know how to do this. I can produce. I need to do this. This is what I need to do. And his wife is like, oh God. All right. All right. Well, I guess we'll follow your struggle to America, because he can't find people. His work has dried up for him in Australia. I guess the music, I guess Australians stopped listening to music. I don't know. So he has to move to promote people. He has to move to America. He's gonna promote Carmen. But then that doesn't work out. They have this sequence, which, by the way, I love how you can tell when a writer's had a negative experience with TSA, because they write all the TSA people like they're like fucking Nazis. You know, just, ma'am, sit there. Do not move. Don't look over there. No. Like, I mean, these TSA agents are wound so tight. Like, I was like, the TSA should sue for libel. Like, first of all, the true story of these people, I think they migrated here in the 90s, because if I searched for context on this, I do a little bit of research. I watch it for myself, and then I'm like, I don't understand what. Let's find somebody who does. And so I listened to some Christian people talking about this, and apparently these music acts that came out of this came up sort of in the 90s, like pre 9/11. So what is even the point of these TSA? No, I rode on airplanes in the 90s. You could, first of all, like, people could go past security gates who didn't even have tickets. Like, you could actually walk your family to the gate, you know what I'm saying, and see your family off pre 9/11. So the fact that we have like these agents that are harassing an Australian family with little kids is bonkers. It is absolutely bonkers. But, um, anyway, so the family, they go to, like, Nashville because music, um, and, Carmen doesn't work out, so they're, like, poor, and dad has to start, like, mowing lawns for a living, and, he has to swallow his pride, and I'm like, "It's Nashville, man, you can't find" anyway, eventually the church steps in and helps out, and then they find out that their daughter, can sing, and their daughter is I wanna say, like, Kimberly St. James, something like that. She's a big Christian artist. I don't listen to Christian music, so, um, but, and then I guess the rest of the family becomes, like, another group, but or they all become a group, I don't know. Anyway, these are real musical acts. So if you're into Christian music, this is, like, an actual like, true story based on how these people came to be, and, it's it's not bad. I mean, it sounds like I'm giving it, like, no time. It's not my thing, but it's also not a bad movie. I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, well, screw it just because it's faith-based." I don't do that. Um, is it, like, the best movie ever made? No, but, we also had, uh, the Alan Richardson movie this year, that was Unlikely Angel or whatever that the hell that movie was. That was fine. This is fine. These are both watchable movies. They're both good. They're not great, they're not exceptional, but, they make for nice times at the theater, especially if you wanna watch something that's faith-based and you wanna watch something that doesn't seem like, it was made by your youth group, but yeah, it's competently made and put together, and the audio description was fine. It supported it. There's nothing really hard to describe here. It's pretty much just like a family, and they I mean, like, they go through rough patch, then they rise up, there's, like, some musical acts. Um, there's sort of this segment where they're all, like, at a table eating a meal, and I think they're praying, and then, like, the one that can sing just starts singing, and it's almost like time stops. It's like, the sound drops out, and you could just hear her singing whatever the prayer was. It wasn't, like, something that I could wasn't like This Little Light of Mine or something where I'm just like, I could sing it for you, but, um, she had a nice voice. I don't know. Uh, so I guess if you're a fan of the artists that this movie is based on, this family, if you're just looking for faith-based entertainment, all that kind of stuff is good. Um, and because it's being made by a major studio instead of Angel Studios, it has a higher consistency rate of having audio description and having it carry and transfer. Angel Studios dropped the Sound of Freedom, but then when Sound of Freedom moved, where did its audio description go? Like, I heard it got audio description for theaters, but then, like, Amazon ended up having to make their own TTS audio description track for their run of Sound of Freedom. Yet, I've talked to people who have dialogued with Angel Studios, and they're like, no, yeah, well, no. Care more about it, man. Care more about getting accessibility on your product. Whatever. Anyway, this is solid, accessible, and you could do a lot worse. You can absolutely do a lot worse than this movie. So I'm gonna give Unsung Hero a B minus. I thought it was pretty good. In the sort of like faith-based realm, I did prefer the Alan Richardson movie as a movie. So I give that one a B. If I'm giving this one a B minus, in case you're like, what is his logic? Is this rhyme and reason? And, it's about the same that I would have given Jesus Revolution if it had audio description, and it's maybe a notch below that inspirational Alan Richardson movie. Whose name I've already forgotten, by the way. I just keep saying inspirational like everybody else knows what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. And that's okay. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I'll see you guys on the other side.